Hi, I'm Cecily, and this is the 4th episode of Messy Ceci. Welcome to my channel. I have some exciting news. I'll be working full time. I just got a new job, and so I'm hoping that that won't intervene with my uploading schedule. I try to upload videos on the 16th and the last day of the month. We'll see if I can keep to that schedule. I'll be pretty busy working both the job and trying to keep up with this. So fingers crossed, wish me luck. This job requires me to wear business casual. I want to lean more towards the business side, but I have this shirt right here that I really love, and I thought it would be a fun idea to sew a duplicate of it so I have an extra shirt to wear at my new job. I'll try this on in a second for you so you can see how it fits. I've been sewing on and off since 2017. I think the last piece of clothing that I made for myself has to be my Halloween dress of 2023. Last year I did a lot of mending my own clothing, but my big project was to sew a carry-on bag, which I did. Maybe I'll show you guys photos of what I made or do a show and tell later on. I've never filmed myself sewing before, so that'll be a challenge. With that said, let's get things started. So this is what the shirt looks like on. It fits my shoulders pretty well. It's a little bit tight on the like the underarm seams, but I think I can make that a little bigger by dropping it a little bit. But I like how flowy the top is, has full coverage, and it has the cute little keyhole detail in the back. So yeah, let's try to make a duplicate of this. So the first thing we want to do is examine the shirt so we could figure out how they patterned this piece together. So far it looks like it's just one front panel. And then when you look on the back, instead of having one back panel, it has two pieces. There's a line right here. So we have two different panels. So this piece will be made up of three. Now if we flip it inside out, we can kind of take a guess of how they constructed it. First would be, you can do this two ways. You can go from start to end, or you can work your way backwards and make a list. So usually the last thing that you do is hem all the sides and then the collar. And then it looks like getting the shoulders together in the side seams. And then it would be doing the keyhole by putting both the back pieces together and then sewing that open. And so I think the way that I'm going to do this is make a draft with paper so I have something to refer to afterward. So I took all the measurements out from all the sides of the shirt. This will be on the fold, so when it opens up it'll have a duplicate already matching. So I took all the measurements. This one's 4 inches, this is 5 6/8 of an inch, this is 9.5, the side seam is 11 inches. And then this was surprisingly actually longer than the distance of the back, but I think that's because it has the like little ruffle front in the front, where the back is not as like flowy. But you draft these two pieces and then you cut them out and then you test the draft to see if it fits. So here are the pieces cut out. Before I cut the fabric, you want to make sure that these corners line up, which they should. So we've got the 4 inches there. And the 11 inches there. Perfect. So they all lined up. They're ready to go for the seams. And so now we have them cut, well not cut yet, but traced onto here. This is the fold. This part is folded, so it'll be one piece. and on this side it's open, so this will be 2 pieces. I put it this way because since it's muslin, it doesn't matter which way the print is going. It should just be the same going back and forth. This is just a test piece, so I'm not worried about the print or anything. I just want to make sure that it fits me on my body. So let's cut this out and get to sewing. So I just cut out the fabric pieces. We have the 2 pieces of the back and then the open front piece. Okay, so I have the 2 back pieces. And what I did was just serge the edges so that we have a nice, clean, crisp edge. What we'll do is we'll put them back one on top of the other. And at the 6-inch line, which is right here, we'll make a mark of that. We are going to want to sew all the way down. And so I sewed from the 6-inch mark all the way down, and I pressed the seam flat. So now we have this awesome keyhole. We'll lay this flat, and what we've got to do is sew a rectangle right over that to keep that flat. So now we have back, and it should have the keyhole nice and flat, pretty good, has the line right across. And now we take the back side. So that's the right side facing up, and this would be the right sides touching. So we'd want to pin right here because we're gonna serge or sew across right there. And on this side. And while we're at it, we could also do the side seams. On both sides. So either sew a straight line or use a serger. I'm going to use the serger. Okay, now we have this, which is starting to look like a shirt. Got the side seams all serged up, and I even serged around the neck hole, the armholes, and the edges, just so that way we can get a look at what these things look like, all crisp and clean. So now I should go try this on. So this is the shirt that we're trying to duplicate. And now this is the muslin. How does it look? I haven't looked in the mirror yet. Does it flow well? How's the keyhole in the back? What do we think? Let me go look in the mirror. I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty excited about this. A little pat on my back because we've got the edges. So yeah, now we just need some bias tape, and we can sew all the way around it and the collar, add a button to the keyhole. And yeah, I think this is good for the muslin. I think I'm ready to go shopping and get some fabric. So let's go do that. I just got back from the fabric store. These are the fabrics that I got. And for the first time in my life, gonna be honest, I'm gonna wash it. I'm gonna try to do this properly. The fabric that was used in the other shirt was rayon, and so I bought some rayon. Rayon can be a fabric that tends to shrink a lot, so I definitely want to wash this before I sew. So here's to hoping it doesn't fall apart in the washer. So it's been a couple days. I gotta figure out where we're at. I haven't really shown you guys the fabric that I chose. So here it is. Like I said, it's a rayon, so it's pretty flowy and flexible. I don't know if you guys can see the texture on this guy. It's like these little flowers. I really like them. The only issue is that this is pretty thin and see-through. So if we put something under it, you can still kind of see through it. And I was nervous that that wouldn't be work appropriate. So what I did was buy this one. So this would be the liner. And now we have a lining fabric, which will help that from being too see-through. Okay, so we are almost done with what's happening here. We've got, I cleaned up all the edges with the serger. I have the armholes all serged up. The collar is ready to go. The bottom is hemmed separately, so that way there's more flow to it. But what's left to do is to take this bias tape, and we're gonna have it go all the way around. So we gotta sew it on the edge, and then once it's sewn, like so, we'll flip it and then be sewn on the underside. So here is the armhole, and I already sewed the bit of bias tape all the way around it. And so now what we're gonna do is, I like to work at it from this way. You're gonna fold this over and sew this down right here on the edge. Oh, here, let me focus that in. So yeah, you're gonna fold this down, fold that over, and then sew all the way around. So then the outside will look like that, but with the stitch mark around it. Okay, I've done it. I'm pretty impressed by this. I'm very happy with how it's turned out. I've hemmed all the edges. Everything looks all crisp and clean. Now it's time to try it on, see how it fits. Okay, here it is. The final result. I don't know, I'm pretty happy with it. It fits pretty well. I can like move my arms. It's pretty breathable. It feels pretty flowy. What do we think? Mission accomplished. Look at this back detail. Can you see it? Let me go look at a mirror. So I don't know what happened to the sides. It kind of got all like bunched up, but I'm not too worried about it. I think I might have cut it not on the XY axis properly. Rayon is pretty slippery when you cut it, so I think that might just be a cutting issue. And I don't think I left enough space on the hem because it's like starting to curl up. But other than that, I'm really happy with how these turned out. I think this doesn't quite sit straight, especially this side. I'm not sure what happened there, but these are things that I have to figure out. If you are a sewer, a sewist, and you're watching this video and you know what I did wrong here, please let me know. I would love the help. Let me stand on the stool so you can like see what I mean by like it curling upward. Yeah, I don't know what happened there either. Any tips or tricks that you can suggest for me? That would be very helpful. Thank you for joining me on this sewing adventure. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Let me know if you'd like me to do more sewing videos, if you have anything in particular that you need me to show you, or maybe it's something I need to learn too. I'd love to hear it. Till then, see you next time. Bye.